Hello and welcome to the Rev It Up podcast, helping entrepreneurs fill up their tanks, crank up the RPMs, and put the pedal to the metal until they cross that finish line. Hello, I'm Jess Tiffany. Ready, set, go. Hey everybody, welcome to another exciting episode. I am excited to have Joanne Weiland with me today. Joanne created a portal back in 2007 to make expert connections that count. Mastermind with experts, create joint ventures, bundle your products and services to expand your reach and reputation. Now that you can find an expert, review their credentials and hire them in minutes, a process that traditionally takes months. Convert your ideas into realities and be the first to market. Designed for entrepreneurs, executives, event professionals, and the media to collaborate with ease. Joanne is committed to presenting everyone with the choice to do what they love and love what they do equals prosperity. All right. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Jess.
So, just excited. We've known each other for a bit. We actually stopped in Florida when I was down there one time, and we visited at a Perkins. I remember that a couple years back. So,
best breakfast I ever had.
Yeah. Well, the company was good at least. So
yeah, I was going to say at least the conversation was the best.
Yes. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about kind of what's going on in the world today and how a lot of people are pivoting, and if you could tell us a little bit about what pivoting is.
Well, in my opinion, I think many of us have been pivoting a long time, but we didn't always call it pivoting. So it's really just changing directions of what your focus is. Like when you have a business, just for an example, how a lot of restaurants have pivoted, and instead of having people come into the restaurant, now they'll have takeout or they have delivery, and so that's just simple forms of pivoting, meaning that they're still doing what they love and still focusing on that, but just presenting it to their clients in a different way, their customers in a different way.
Perfect. And where would you say pivoting is kind of taking place the most right now?
Well, I think right now, most people are at least talking about pivoting. They're not all pivoting, but I think they're finally realizing that, there's never going to go back to the way it used to be, so that they really do need to pivot to do something different to get different results. And so I think that more and more people of all industries are recognizing that, whether it's, deciding whether their employees will still continue to work at home after this and putting more things in place to be able to manage them more remotely. Because in the past, I think that a lot of times they thought that was more like a luxury, but now they're realizing it's not as difficult as they thought. Mm-hmm. So I just feel like it's happening everywhere in all different industries, and more people are really finally realizing it's time.
Yeah. And have you noticed that a lot of people are kind of moving more online now in a lot of things they're doing?
Oh, yes. I think there's so much more, what I would call traffic out there. I get more and more emails because more and more people are finally, communicating more consistently online. So I do think if you're not doing it, you really should consider it, because of the fact that, there is more noise out there, more to weed through. So I think that you should really consider stepping up your game too. But I really think that the one thing that I have seen, even though more people are doing it, they're not all doing it consistently. And I think that is really the key, to be consistent or frequently with your messages, so people really get to know you, not just doing it once every 3 months and thinking everybody's going to read that email and say, wow, I can't, wait to talk to that person. So I think you do have to step it up, not just do it once.
Hmm. And so a lot of people that don't know, but you started Link to Expert, and it's a phenomenal tool for entrepreneurs, business people, executives, and all that. What are a few ways that people can leverage Link to Expert as they try to make those pivots?
Well, like you, for an example, you've been a member for years, and we're grateful for that. One of the newest things that you're doing is podcasts. And I feel like that is so huge because of the fact that more and more people, now that they can see people on video or whatever in a podcast like this, they get addicted to it versus just reading stuff or even just listening to stuff. So I feel like this is a perfect example of how you're pivoting your business and, having interesting guests, having, professionally done podcasts, and so that people can learn about the stuff you want to share with them, but in an interesting, fun way. Because even though you can have really good information, but we still have to make it what I called it, like edutainment. You are educating them, but we're entertaining them at the same time.
Yeah, that's great.
Not that I'm going to stand on my head or anything, but
And one of the wonderful things about your program is just the reach that you have. I can't remember the number. It's like 300 and some thousand people that your information can get sent to.
Yes, and the last two magazines we sent out went to 317,000 people. And the reason we can do that is all in one word: collaboration. It's like we all help each other. Like how we repost your stuff, you repost our stuff. We have other people that do that as well with retweeting on LinkedIn, of course, and Facebook, as well as, of course, emails. Is the where it all starts. When you upload something new on Link to Expert, it goes to all your contacts, but it also gets emailed to everybody else's contacts as well. So we do it multiple different ways, but that's how we reach so many more people. It's not just who we know, but it's who all of us know together in our collaborative cloud community. And I feel like that's where it's really at, because nobody can know everybody, and continually add new people, because that's the other key. Like you and I are really, I think, pros at, always bringing in new people to talk to and get to know and keep track of, because of the fact that how else are they going to remember us if we don't consistently and frequently stay in front of them?
Right on. And why do you think it's so important to collaborate to bring new or improved products and services to the market?
Hey everybody, Jess here. What if I could help your company find over $100,000 in hidden revenue streams in less than an hour without spending an extra dime on advertising or marketing? Reach out to me at cardzap.thebumpcard.me. Check out the video on 5 steps to profit, and also reach out and we can have a conversation. Thank you.
Because of the fact that things are always shifting and changing. So as they do, you need to do something that's more top of mind with people. Sometimes, like they for an example, want something that they feel like is new, like even podcasts, even though they're very similar to radio show, interviews, but now people want to be on a podcast even versus a radio show. It seems like to me, I think it's just because it's, new and exciting. So I guess it's back to the edutainment that, we have to just kind of go with it. And if that's what's key, just tweak what we're doing, pivot what we're doing to fit what's happening now, just to stay relevant and, stay top of mind.
Yeah. Staying top of mind, is really important. And getting in front of eyeballs, and then the repeat, they say 7 to 20 times of repeat, seeing the same, brand before you feel comfortable doing business with them, because you want to build, you don't want to do business with people who you like, trust, and get along with, and all that stuff. But what I like about Link to Expert is those same people keep seeing your stuff over and over on a scheduled basis, and literally all you got to do is load, like, say, a blog post in there, and then it's distributed automatically to any of your contacts that you personally have. But also at the end of the month, or I think it's on the 15th in the middle of the month, there's a broadcast that's sent out to the 300,000 or whatever it is. And it's just a great way to stay top of mind in a simple format that, pretty much anybody can do. So
we actually do it twice a month, the 1st and the 16th of the month, every month for the last 9 years. And that's another thing. Some people tell us that they look forward to that newsletter, because whoever did whatever in the last 2 weeks, they'll learn about, Jess's new podcast, Mara's new blog, whatever it is. And then it's also about their topic, so that they can decide I mean, it lists what the topic's about, and that way they can decide if that's something they want to click on. We actually did a lot of focus groups before we created the newsletter like that, and asked executives what they were looking for and what they wanted to see and hear, to make their life easier too, that they didn't want to see these long newsletters that were only about one subject. They didn't have the time, they said, to read that, or it might not have been important to them. So it really is key. And like you said about staying top of mind, the other thing is that is different is most people, when they do think of the know, like, and trust, they are thinking of the traditional social media, and that's fine if that's, important to them. But what we find with our executives, and when they want to hire experts, they don't really care if they like them. And that sounds really weird, but they don't care what they had for breakfast, and they don't care where they went, for dinner. But they really do want to know about what they've done for other people so they can trust them. Yeah. So, and they don't even really have to feel like they know you, other than that they know you, that you are your reputation. And that's why we put everything on Link to Expert that is done so when somebody's deciding if they're going to hire you, to see you on a professional light. You know what I mean? More of your credentials, not just, staying in touch with them. Because of the fact that what I also find is they really don't even care what you do until they need what you do. And that sounds mean too, but it's just a fact that, but sometimes then when we share this stuff with them, they think, wow, well, that could help me too. Maybe I should be an author in Jess's book, because of the fact that would help me. So I'm not saying that you can't trigger them, but a lot of times when they're going to hire you is when they really are looking for that type of person. Yeah. So I don't know if that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, it makes total sense. That it's what's the phrase? The dog's laying on the floor and there's a nail through it, and the dog's moaning in pain, and they're like, well, why doesn't the dog just move? Well, it just doesn't hurt bad enough. But once it does hurt bad enough, then that action. Yes. And then I don't know where I heard that story. It was probably a book or something, but once the pain's big enough, then all of a sudden now they want to reach out to you, and you're the most important thing to get taken care of. So,
that poor dog.
Yeah, poor dog. Just doesn't hurt bad enough yet. But so tell us a little bit about your upcoming book, and I know you do the book collaboration, and where they can find you online.
Okay. Well, we recently, myself and 40 authors, came out with a new book called Bright Spots. So I'll just tell you quick about that. And the reason this was so important right now in 2020 is because of the fact that we felt like so many people are down and sad and depressed. So we wanted to write stories about bright spots, what was new and exciting and fun, uplifting, for this year. And so that's the one that just came out. October 1st is when we launched. We became international best-selling authors. Like I say, there was 40 of us did this together with Kathy Davis at Davis Creative Publishing. And now the next one we're putting out is called Engaging Experts. And Engaging Experts is more in line with what I do day to day, which was work with people like you, what I call experts rather than say consultants, coaches, team builders, trainers, facilitators, speakers, and authors. They're all, in my world, experts. Yep. So Engaging Experts will be also an anthology book, and it'll be, all these different authors that will be talking about more things that we're talking about, like on this call today, of more business stuff, and why you would want to work with that type of expert. Yep. And this time what we're doing is we're putting a complimentary magazine together with it, because we figured not only do we want them to read about that expert, but we would like them to know that expert deeper. So with this new magazine we're coming out with, we're calling it an interactive magazine, because of the fact that you can not only know about that person and see information about them in the magazine, but you can click on it to go to their podcast, click on it to go to their video, click on whatever, because it's a digital magazine, Jess. Yep. So that way they can actually read more about you, learn more about you, and there'll be contests and challenges in it, like matching up the expert with the title of their book, matching up the expert with the title of their e-course, matching up the title, their title of their podcast show with them, crossword puzzles, fun things just to make it interactive and fun, but to get you to know that expert deeper of what they really have been doing and how they can help you.
Awesome. Excellent. And what's a good way for people to reach out to you?
Sure. I would recommend email, but either way is fine. But email is info@linktoexpert.com, and Link to Expert is LINK2TO expert EXPERT.com. And I say that because some people think it's the number 2,
Right.
and then but it's 2TO. And then you can call us at 727-791-7338 or text us at 727-243-9453, whichever is easier for them, and we can put that in the notes too. But yeah, so whatever's easier for you to text, email, or call. So
Perfect. Awesome. Well, I want to thank you so much for being on this episode, Joanne, and it's been very enlightening. And I know there's a lot of people out there pivoting, a lot of people hurting, but I want to encourage them to, examine what you're doing, figure out what brings you joy, and make that pivot, because there is a lot of upside that also comes out of the tragedies once they start moving away. So anyway, thank you everybody for listening. Again, this is the Rev It Up podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share with some friends, and leave us a positive review. Thanks a lot, and we'll talk to you soon. And thanks again, Joanne.
thank you.